we're holding an active shooter, search and rescue, water rescue, crash reconstruction. I mean, all these things. And literally we have the environment on the training site to be able to reenact all these different scenarios.
You're listening to the Drone Radio Show podcast, the show about drones and the people who use them for business, fun, and research. Hosted by Randy Goers.
Hello, everyone. This is Randy Goers, and welcome to the Drone Radio Show podcast, episode 201. Where can you go to get the state-of-the-art tactical training in the use of drones? If you ask today's guest, he would point you to the Unmanned Tactical Applications Conference on March 25th through 28th in Perry, Georgia. Ryan English is CEO and co-founder of FLYMOTION, an industry leader in providing innovative unmanned system solutions. FLYMOTION works with government and private industry in a variety of areas, but in recent years, the company has emerged as a leader in the defense, public safety, and emergency response areas. On March 25th through 28th, FLYMOTION will host the first Unmanned Tactical Applications Conference, where public safety officials will gather to engage in a hands-on training in the use of drones in tactical situations. In this edition of the Drone Radio Show, Ryan talks about the UTAC Conference and how public safety organizations can benefit by attending. But before we hear from Ryan, I again want to thank those of you who are supporting my funding campaign. Now you have the option of making a one-time donation in any amount by going to droneradioshow.com/donate. Whether it's $1, $100, or much more, you can help defray the cost of production and keep the podcast going and growing. And if you'd like to make a monthly contribution, you can still go to patreon.com/droneradioshow. So let's learn about the Unmanned Tactical Applications Conference from Ryan English of FLYMOTION. Let's pick up the interview where I asked Ryan to introduce himself.
Ryan English, the CEO, co-founder of FLYMOTION.
Ryan, tell us about FLYMOTION.
So we are a end-to-end technology solution provider, providing hardware, software, system integration, and other advanced technology integration for local, state, federal agencies, and the Department of Defense.
Are you primarily focused on the public safety sector?
Not predominantly just public safety. I mean, public safety is definitely at our core competencies and our core customer base, but we are also supporting other government sectors and the defense market as well.
We're talking today about an upcoming drone conference that is sponsored by FLYMOTION. But first, do I have it correct that FLYMOTION is the sponsor of the event?
FLYMOTION is actually hosting it, and FLYMOTION is the parent organization for UTAC. It is actually a FLYMOTION event.
And as you said, it's called the UTAC Conference. What does UTAC stand for?
So UTAC is the Unmanned Tactical Application Conference.
Why is the conference needed?
So the whole idea came about from many of us in the company attending a lot of different conferences around the country, even some outside of the country. And one thing that we found was really lacking is getting the hands-on practical application of utilizing some of this technology that is being shown. It's fantastic to go to these trade shows and these conferences and hear panels and presentations and see a lot of this great technology, but being able to utilize it firsthand in real-world scenario environments, we felt was something that was really lacking. And that's where we came up with a concept for UTAC and decided to move forward. And so UTAC 2019 is the first event that we'll be holding, the first annual, and we plan to make this a recurring event each and every year.
As you mentioned, there are many public safety drone conferences. So what makes this conference different?
Having the ability to experience real-world scenario operations in an environment that is designed, a world-renowned facility that is designed and built specifically to put public safety, government, military organizations to the test in operating in complex environments. And so being able to take the technology and bring it into the environment and be able to operate it in these scenarios, I think is going to be paramount. And I think it's something that has been really lacking in the industry globally because, like I said, going around and seeing a lot of these technologies, there's some great stuff out there, but many of the customers, including much of our customer base, they want to see it operate. They want to see how it works, what it does, kind of put it through, their paces of how they would utilize it and how it can benefit their operations.
Where's it going to be held?
The event will be held at Guardian Centers in Perry, Georgia. We have a partnership with Guardian Centers and have been working with them for a couple of years now to get this going. And we're definitely very excited about it, very excited for people to be able to experience the training center and see all what it can do and how it can benefit not only their training opportunities, but really a true learning environment.
I take it that the Guardian Centers is a facility that's typically used for military, police, or fire training.
There's a variety of different public safety, government, and military organizations that do train and conduct a lot of different events and operations at the Guardian Centers. And it was designed and built specifically for that.
So live exercises like a hostage situation, hazmat, or riots could be set up for attendees to actually participate?
Definitely, yeah. With UTAC, we're holding an active shooter, search and rescue, water rescue, crash reconstruction. I mean, all these things. And literally, we have the environment on the training site to be able to reenact all these different scenarios.
So there'll be classroom experiences mixed in with the live action training?
Yes, that is correct. So we have subject matter experts coming from around the country that not only train on this stuff, but they actually do this stuff daily in their operations within their own agencies. Many of these are current and active members of public safety organizations, and so they actually do this stuff day in and day out in their job. And so they're bringing that knowledge base to UTAC and going to allow people to learn from them being subject matter experts, but also then not only be able to take that from the classroom, but take it out into the actual urban landscape and be able to operate. So yeah, definitely excited.
How many days does the conference run?
So the conference will be Monday through Thursday. Sunday is the first day, but that's more just a kind of a pre-registration day.
In your opinion, what are the key learning objectives for the conference?
There's a variety of different attendees that are coming. Some have drone and unmanned programs for several years now. Some are just getting into it and just trying to get their feet wet. So, obviously we've kind of shaped it from a learning perspective to be able to cater to all those people, whether they're starting from ground zero or they are well-experienced operators. They will have the ability to really take something away from this conference.
As you know, the tactical use of drones is still pretty new. How did the program come together when the field itself is still evolving?
Fortunately, our customer base is quite deep all over the country and globally. And we, fortunately have some fantastic customers that have been utilizing this technology for quite some time, several years now. And so not only in that perspective, but also, our own staff and the expertise that they come from actually being boots on the ground operations guys from fire rescue, law enforcement, military. And so infusing all those skill sets into the conference, we're definitely thinking that it's going to be a pretty awesome environment for learning.
Is there a particular session or training exercise that you're looking forward to?
I'm excited about all of them. Each and every scenario has kind of a special place, for me, and something that most all the scenarios I have myself probably responded to many of these types of calls, over my career in public safety and the military. And so I think being able to see others learn and just be there and be a part of it, I think for me is very exciting.
How do people register for the event?
They go to our website, which is www.utacglobal. That's UTACglobal.com. They can go right on there. There is a registration link. There's also the full schedule that's published on there and in-depth information about the facility, the conference, and the whole schedule of what they will be learning and being able to take away after the event.
And again, when is the conference scheduled?
So the dates are March 25th to the 28th, which is a Monday through Thursday.
What kind of feedback are you getting from people who are planning to attend?
Several people have mentioned to us, like, hey, we've really been wanting to see something like this. I mean, we really did a lot of assessment analysis on a lot of the different conferences, are being held throughout the country. And there's a lot of great information at those conferences, don't get me wrong. But like I said, the thing that we saw that was lacking was the practical application of taking what is being learned and putting that to a practical perspective at the conference. And that's really what UTAC is doing, is taking not only the learning perspective, but actually being able to infuse that in the same conference into real world, hands-on practical learning.
FLYMOTION has a lot of experience in using drones in tactical situations. What can you tell us about how it's grown, and what does the future look like?
Well, I think we're seeing exponential growth as the technology and the price point has continued to come down. More and more agencies and organizations are rapidly adopting the technology. It's a very fast vertical, and one that we've been involved in for many years, pushing the technology. And early on, many of the agencies and organizations were a little apprehensive to adopt the technology. And what we're finding now is their appetite for it is just enormous. They're wanting the technology. They want to get it implemented because at the end of the day, unmanned and drone technology is mitigating risk. It's saving lives. It's doing so many things that it is really benefiting the operators and the agencies and organizations that are using this technology on a daily basis. It's allowing them to do things and be able to see things that they have never been able to do before. So it's streamlining operations, really providing just a tool that I think is one of the most revolutionary tools for public safety, government, and military in many years.
You've been working on the UTAC for a long time. What's it like for you knowing that it's almost a reality?
Well, it's been a lot of work. Obviously, I couldn't have done it without our hardworking, dedicated team. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the face of the company, but reality is there's a whole bunch more people behind me that are really making this stuff happen on a day-to-day basis. And, I think they're the ones that, honestly, that I need to be thankful for. And once, the event wraps up, they're the ones that, I'm going to be patting on the back saying, great job, because they've put a ton of hours and dedication into bringing this to reality. When I kind of originally worked on the concept and the idea and was on the drawing board with my team, they initially thought I was a little crazy. Okay, what's he up to now? But now that things are unfolding and, we're just over 30 days away, definitely just super excited. And I think it's going to be really, really neat to see how everything unfolds.
And my final question, Ryan, what would you like people to know about the UTAC conference, and why should they consider attending?
I really think that they should consider going to UTAC 2019 because really the conference is the most realistic, immersive training conference that we've seen held. And it will allow people to come here, see innovative unmanned technology, utilize it in real world scenarios, and be able to actually operate this equipment in ways that they may have never been able to do so at their agencies or organizations. And we all hope that some of the scenarios that will be unfolding at UTAC never happen in reality. But in the day and age that we live in, unfortunately, many of them will be a reality for these attendees once they go back to their agencies. And so I think get here, come experience it. It's going to be a great time. We've got some phenomenal speakers, presenters, trainers, and definitely look forward to seeing everybody March 2019 for UTAC.
That's it for episode 201 of the Drone Radio Show. I hope you enjoyed hearing from Ryan English of FLYMOTION and learning about the Unmanned Tactical Applications Conference. I want to thank Ryan for taking the time to speak with me. If you want to learn more about FLYMOTION or want to connect with Ryan, check out the webpage at FLYMOTIONUS.com. For information on the UTAC Conference, go to utacglobal.com. If you like the Drone Radio Show, please consider supporting the podcast with a small donation. The content is always free, but for as little as $1, you can help defray the cost of production. To donate, go to droneradioshow.com/donate or patreon.com/droneradioshow. And thanks for listening. Your support means a lot to me, and I hope you'll listen to more episodes of the Drone Radio Show podcast to hear how others are using drones for business, fun, and research. For the Drone Radio Show, I'm Randy Gores.
This has been the Drone Radio Show podcast. More information on today's show can be found on our website at www.droneradioshow.com. If you're using drone technology for business, fun, or research and would like to share your experience on the show, please visit our website and fill out a guest appearance application. And don't forget to follow us on your favorite social media channels.